Book 2. Canto 12. Dasaratha's Lament. For many a day with sinful care I cherished thee, thou sin and snare, kept thee, unwitting, like a cord destined to bind its hapless lord. Mine hours of ease I spent with thee, nor deemed my love my death would be, while like a heedless child I played, on a black snake my hand I laid. A cry from every mouth will burst and all the world will hold me cursed, because I saw my high-souled son unkinged, unfathered, and undone. The king by power of love beguiled is weaker than a foolish child, his own beloved son to make an exile for a woman's sake. By chaste and holy vows restrained, by reverend teachers duly trained. When he his virtue's fruit should taste he falls by sin and woe disgraced. 2 words will all his answer be when I pronounce the stern decree, hence, Rama, to the woods away. All he will say is, I obey. Oh, if he would my will withstand when banished from his home and land, this were a comfort in my woe, but he will ne'er do this, I know. My Rama to the forest fled, and curses thick upon my head, grim death will bear me hence away, his world abominated prey. When I am gone and Rama too, how wilt thou those I love pursue? What vengeful sin will be designed against the queens I leave behind? When thou hast slain her son and me Kausalya soon will follow, she will sink beneath her sorrow's weight, and die like me disconsolate. Exist, Kakeyi, in thy pride, and let thy heart be gratified, when thou my queens and me hast hurled, and children, to the underworld. Soon wilt thou rule as empress o'er my noble house unvexed before. But then to wild confusion left, of Rama and of me bereft. If Bharat to thy plan consent and long for Rama's banishment, ne'er let his hands presume to pay the funeral honors to my clay. Vile foe, thou cause of all mine ill, obtain at last thy cursed will. A widow soon shalt thou enjoy the sweets of empire with thy boy. O princess, sure some evil fate first brought thee here to devastate, in whom the night of ruin lies veiled in a consort's fair disguise. The scorn of all and deepest shame will long pursue my hated name, and dire disgrace on me will press, misled by thee to wickedness. How shall my Rama, whom, before, his elephant or chariot bore, now with his feet, a wanderer, tread the forest wilds around him spread? How shall my son, to please whose taste, the deftest cooks, with earrings graced, with rivalry and jealous care the dainty meal and cates prepare, how shall he now his life sustain with acid fruit and woodland grain? He spends his time unvexed by cares, and robes of precious texture wears. How shall he, with one garment round his limbs recline upon the ground? Whose was this plan, this cruel thought unheard till now, with ruin fraught, to make thy son Ayodhya's king, and send my Rama wandering? Shame, shame on women! Vile, untrue, their selfish ends they still pursue. Not all of womankind I mean, but more than all this wicked queen. O worthless, cruel, selfish dame, I brought thee home, my plague and woe. What fault in me hast thou to blame, or in my son who loves thee so? Fond wives may from their husbands flee, and fathers may their sons desert, but all the world would rave to see my Rama touched with deadly hurt. I joy his very step to hear, as though his godlike form I viewed, and when I see my Rama near I feel my youth again renewed. There might be life without the sun, yea, e'en if Indra sent no rain, but, were my Rama banished, none would, so I think, alive remain. A foe that longs my life to take, I brought thee here my death to be, caressed thee long, a venomed snake, and through my folly die. Ah me! Rama and me and Lakshman slay, and then with Bharat rule the state, so bring the kingdom to decay, and fawn on those thy lord who hate, plotter of woe, for evil bred, for such a speech why do not all thy teeth from out thy wicked head split in 1,000 pieces fall? My Rama's words are ever kind, he knows not how to speak in ire, then how canst thou presume to find a fault in him whom all admire? Yield to despair, go mad, or die, or sink within the rift earth. Thy fell request will I deny, thou shamer of thy royal birth. Thy longer life I scarce can bear, thou ruin of my home and race, who wouldst my heart and heartstrings tear, keen as a razor, false and base. My life is gone, why speak of joy? For what, without my son, were sweet? Spare, lady, him thou canst destroy, I pray thee as I touch thy feet. He fell and wept with wild complaint, heart-struck by her presumptuous speech, but could not touch, so weak and faint, the cruel feet he strove to reach.